You guys need to pull your heads out of your butts if you really want me to be honest with you, and quit listening to any horse crap that comes out of somebody's mouth just because you want to believe it. At the end of the day, it needs to be factual, not lies. This is a lie. Okay? A big old fat lie from a PI that is working for the family that was last seen with his child before he disappeared. Get a cupcake? Just checking. I don't argue with idiots on my channel. I just want to let you know because I refuse to look like an idiot. And if you want to look like an idiot, go ahead. Just keep believing all the horse crap that comes out of this PI's mouth. You will be sorely mistaken, and he will always disappoint you. Just because people don't like Seth doesn't mean they can think he's guilty. No, they don't even think he's guilty. They just want to smear him. They don't even think they've all acknowledged he has nothing to do with his son's disappearance. They've all acknowledged it, but it doesn't change the fact that they're working for the family that last saw this child. And so it's all about smearing and getting back and paying back. Big mean Seth. This man went to work. His son was about to come live with him full time. He was very excited. This family that last seen him, you can't shake the evil from them. I'm sorry, you just can't. The behaviors that they exhibited, how many times they're threatening to unalive people. They threatened to unalive Seth. They threatened to unalive the girl in Miss Bobby's car in the back seat. They threatened to unalive me. Remember, watch where you go. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have experience with Seth, and I have experience with this stepfather. And I can tell you, this stepfather scares the crap out of me, but he's not going to intimidate me. Now, it's just the smear. Why? Because he, I'm pretty sure, has known his place and realized we can cover this case. I don't need his permission. He ain't my daddy, my husband, or anything else. You know what he is to me? Shit on the bottom of my shoe. That's it. Ladies for Justice Plus getting married at a young age was a thing back in the day. Yeah, and people don't even understand. Like, people were getting married and all this different era in our country. There was a different era in our country, accepting era in our country, but this doesn't even apply to Seth or Katie. Katie was over 18 when he met her. It doesn't matter how many times they got pregnant and she lost the kid, not unalived the kid. It was through miscarriages. And finally had Sebastian, which clearly had some, birth defects of sorts, and was a disabled child. So, that does not, you could literally have, I've known a lady, she has major pregnancy issues. She was able to carry 2 children through full term, but she had over 14 miscarriages. Okay? So don't tell me there can't be multiple miscarriages in a matter of 6 to 9 months. He was asked where his evidence came from, and he said a human being. Exactly. That's his evidence. That's what we bash people for and call them predators, is because one guy says, "Oh, I have a human being that told me this." Well, I have a human being that told me you're a piece of shit. So I guess it must be true. Well, it is true. I would love to see. I bet you, as focused as SF investigates is on these young kids, I bet you he's got a young kid problem. Why can't I say, "Oh, well, I heard through the grapevine from a human being that SF got a 12-year-old knocked up and had to go and take her to the doctor and get her fixed up"? Damn, SF, are you a pedo? Just curious, asking for a few 100,000 friends over here. I bet you he is a pedo. Bet you anything that CC is a pedo. I bet you I could find somebody that will say that too. Can I borrow $100 from somebody? I'm gonna go get me an interview with a human being. Can somebody write me a script of what they need to say? But talking about other parents the same way is okay. The double standard is disgusting. It absolutely is disgusting. Nobody's beating up the stepfather for knocking women around, beating them up, having them unalive their kid when they didn't want to. What about him? Nothing for the peanut gallery out there, huh? Interesting. Because I am an abused woman. So the spousal abuse, the knocking a woman unconscious and leaving her in a VA hospital really gets in my craw, and that is evident by plenty of receipts. Plenty of receipts. That's something I have receipts on. Like I could produce today. And that's about the stepfather. Literally receipts of how much of a scumbag the stepfather is with all of the other 4 wives. Yes, I have these things called receipts. Why haven't I not produced them? Because they don't go directly to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. I know the man's violent. I don't need to drag the 4 other wives through the mud to prove that this man is a violent man. Doesn't mean I don't possess the receipts, the physical receipts. But some well-known PI can't produce them? A little old Bullhorn buddy has receipts to produce. Oh, okay, well, it sounds like somebody's trying to hide something and lie about something. I'm just saying. Possibly, allegedly. But he's been coming out with those as statements of fact. It's time to hold his feet to the fire, and if he cannot produce the receipts for those allegations, he is a liar, and it's time to unsubscribe. Time to unsubscribe.